Do you ever feel like this? You understand English well and you know many words, but when it's time to speak, your mind goes blank.
Exactly. It feels like the words are there in your head, but they just don't come out when you need them.
Or maybe you try to translate everything in your head, and then everything becomes slow, confusing, and a bit stressful.
Yes. And by the time you are finally ready to say something, the moment is already gone, and the conversation has moved on.
If this happens to you, don't worry. You are not alone. Many English learners face this problem every single day.
That's true. It's one of the most common struggles, especially for people who are trying to speak more confidently. Um,
Hello, English learners. Welcome back to the Everyday Fluent English Podcast, your cozy place to improve your English through real conversations. I'm Olivia Parker.
and I'm Ben Turner.
Today, we will help you stop translating in your head and start speaking English more easily and more naturally.
Exactly. No pressure, no difficult rules, just simple ideas that you can use in your daily life.
So relax, listen carefully, and enjoy learning with us.
Let's begin. So, Olivia, let's talk about that common problem. Why is it that many people understand English quite well, but they cannot speak it when needed?
It is very frustrating, Ben. You listen to a podcast, you understand everything clearly, but when it is time to speak, your mouth just stays closed.
Exactly. It feels like I have all the knowledge in my head, but there is some kind of wall between my brain and my mouth.
That happens because listening and speaking are actually different skills. Listening is like watching someone swim, but speaking is jumping into the water yourself.
Yes, that is a really good example, but still. Why does my mind go completely blank during a real conversation?
It is usually because of stress and fear. Your brain is so busy worrying about making mistakes that it stops working properly for a moment.
I see. So my mind is trying to find the perfect word, and when it cannot find it quickly, it just gives up and goes blank.
Exactly. It is like a computer that freezes because it is trying to do too many difficult tasks at the same time.
And I think the most difficult part is thinking in my own language first, and then translating everything into English.
Yes. That is one of the biggest mistakes learners make. You think of a full sentence in your own language, and then you try to change every single word into English.
Exactly. And that takes a lot of time. First, I think about the word, then the grammar, and then how to say it correctly.
And that is why translating makes speaking slow and difficult. By the time you're ready to speak, the moment is already gone.
It also feels very tiring. Even a short conversation can make me feel mentally exhausted.
That is because your brain is working much harder than it needs to. Translation is like carrying a heavy weight while trying to walk.
Exactly. And I also noticed that when I translate, my English sounds a bit robotic and unnatural.
That happens because every language has its own rhythm and natural flow. You cannot translate word for word and expect it to sound natural.
Exactly. So I guess we need a simple mindset shift. What is the most important thing to remember when we speak?
Focus on communication, not perfect grammar. Your goal is to share your idea clearly, not to pass a grammar test.
That really makes me feel more relaxed, Joy. So if I make a small mistake, I should just continue speaking?
Yes, absolutely. If the other person understands your message, then you are already successful in communication.
Exactly. I think I worry too much about what people think about my English.
Most people are not judging you. They just want to understand your ideas and have a normal conversation.
That makes sense. Okay. I am ready to stop translating, but how do I actually start thinking in English?
Start with very simple sentences. Do not try to say complex things like you do in your own language. Keep it easy and natural.
So, if I want to say something difficult, I should make it very basic and easy.
Yes, use small sentences like, I am happy, or the food is great. Keep it simple, until your brain feels comfortable.
Exactly. I can also try to name the things I see around me during the day.
That is a perfect exercise. Look at a car and say, blue car in your head. Look at a tree and say, big tree.
This helps my brain connect the image directly to the English word without using my native language in between.
Exactly. You are building a direct connection, and that makes everything faster and more natural.
What about using small, common phrases? You called them chunks before.
Yes. Chunks are groups of words that native speakers use all the time, like, how is it going? Or I am not sure.
Exactly. If I use a chunk, I do not have to build the sentence word by word. I just use the whole phrase.
Right. It is like using something ready instead of building it step by step every single time you speak.
That saves a lot of energy. I can just remember the phrase and say it quickly.
Exactly. And it also helps you sound more fluent because chunks have a natural rhythm.
I am starting to understand something important. Speaking English is not about knowing many difficult words.
Exactly. It is about using simple words and phrases quickly and confidently.
My brain feels lighter already. I do not have to be a perfect translator. I just need to be clear.
That is a great way to say it. You are a speaker now, not a translation machine.
Exactly. I'm going to practice my simple thoughts today while I am cooking or walking outside.
Yes, that is the best way to train your brain. Just tell yourself what you're doing in very easy English.
I am cooking rice. The water is boiling. I'm hungry. It really feels like a simple game.
Exactly. And it should feel fun. When you enjoy it, your brain learns faster and speaking becomes easier.
Exactly. No more stress, no more perfect grammar, just simple, clear English.
Exactly. You're on the right path, Ben. This mindset shift can really change your fluency over time.
I can feel the difference already. My brain is not trying to translate every single word.
Exactly. That is the goal. We want English to feel natural, not like a difficult task you have to solve.
Exactly. I am excited for our next talk. I feel like I'm learning a new way to speak.
We still have more tips to share, but for now, just focus on these simple daily steps.
Exactly. I am ready. Simple thoughts, clear messages. Let's do this.
I love that energy. Your voice matters, and you're doing a great job using it.
Exactly. But Olivia, there is one thing that still scares me. What should I do? When I am speaking, do I get on and I suddenly forget a word?
That is a great question, Ben. Many people stop talking immediately and start searching for the word in their own language.
Yes, I do that all the time, and the silence feels very long and very uncomfortable for both people.
Exactly. But instead of stopping the flow, try to describe the word in simple English. Just keep the conversation going with the words you already have.
So let me see if I understand this clearly. If I forget the word refrigerator, I can say the big cold box in the kitchen.
Exactly. That is perfect. People will understand you immediately. You can also say the thing for, or It is like to explain your idea.
Exactly. Gosh, yeah. That feels much better than staying silent. And maybe the other person will even help me find the right word.
Yes, exactly. It becomes a team effort. You are not alone in the conversation anymore.
Exactly. That makes me feel much more relaxed about making mistakes. Now, how can we make thinking in English a daily habit?
Start with very simple moments in your day. For example, when you brush your teeth or when you make your bed in the morning.
Exactly. I can say, I am brushing my teeth. The water is cold. I am getting ready for my day.
Perfect. You are narrating your life almost like telling a simple story to yourself, step by step.
Exactly. It feels easy and natural when I do it this way. And it only takes a few minutes, not a long time.
Exactly. That is the secret. Also, it is very important that you do not wait until you feel fully ready to speak.
Yes. I always feel like I need more grammar, more vocabulary or just more time to prepare.
Exactly. But if you wait for everything to be perfect, you will never actually start speaking. Real learning happens when you speak.
So I should just start talking, even if I feel a little unprepared.
Yes, start with what you have right now. Your English today is already enough to begin.
Exactly. I think I overthink too much. I wait for the perfect sentence, and then I miss my chance to speak.
Exactly. Overthinking and translating in your head. These are the things that slow you down and block your voice.
And then the conversation moves on to something else. And I end up saying nothing at all.
It is always better to say something simple and clear than to say something perfect that comes too late.
Exactly. Simple and quick. That feels much more natural in a real conversation.
Exactly. Let's try a quick practice right now to show how this works. Ben, talk about your day using only simple English.
Okay, let me try. I woke up at 7 this morning. I drank a cup of tea. I walked outside and I saw some beautiful birds.
Exactly. That was really good, Ben. Very simple, very clear, and very easy to understand.
Exactly. And it felt easy too. I did not translate anything. I just said what I saw and felt.
Yes. And you can do this every day. Just spend 2 minutes talking to yourself about your day.
I like that idea. It feels calm and also very helpful for my brain.
Exactly. Consistency is the real key here. Small steps every single day lead to big changes over time.
Exactly. It is not about doing a lot at once. It is about doing a little every day.
Yes, be patient with yourself. Fluency takes time, but it is absolutely worth it.
Exactly. I feel much more confident now. English feels lighter, and more enjoyable than before.
Exactly. That is what we want. Keep it simple and just keep going.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Olivia. This conversation really helped me understand my problem better.
You are doing a great job, Ben. And to everyone listening, remember, your voice matters.
Exactly. Thank you for being with us today. We are really happy that you are learning with us.
Exactly. Keep practicing, stay positive, and we will see you again very soon.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.